Hey guys, it's Chris, and welcome to the Toned and Toneful video podcast, episode number 35. Why I love saying thank you and being grateful in my life. So, in this week's episode, guys, I wanted to kind of take things from a more positive standpoint, and the standpoint that all of us have dealt with situations in our life that we could be more thankful. And I know in last week's episode, we kind of talked about it from the standpoint of if you have reasons to be thankful, why are you choosing to be sad? In this week's episode, I'm going to be taking it from a little bit more of a positive standpoint and talk to you guys about why I love to say the words thank you and why you commonly hearing me say thank you and you hear me being so overly positive and grateful for the things in my life. So, one of the things I was thinking about this last week was how I love to say thank you so much. I love to show appreciation for those around me, and I love to let them know that I feel grateful that I'm appreciated in my life. And I want to talk about a couple of the reasons why I think that that's so great. Now, first off, saying thank you is such an easy thing to do. It's so easy to do. Without any effort, we can be talking to those around us and let them know we're thankful for a compliment, let them know that we're thankful for something that's going on in our life, or that we're thankful for them being able to give something to us, whether it's a gift or whether that is verbal support, anything. And you guys might know that it's really actually sometimes hard for certain people to say thank you. I'm pretty sure that we've all done something for someone in our life who we've given something to, that we've been kind to, and they just take whatever it is that we've given them and they don't say anything. And it's a very odd feeling that happens inside. I'm pretty sure you know, because you're like, why doesn't this person say thank you? Or why doesn't this person offer gratitude for the thing that they're experiencing? Whether that's you remembering to bring them coffee in the morning, or whether that's you being able to help them with something like, say, something prints off in a printer and you walk in the other room and you grab it and you bring it back to them. You're like, hey, I saw this on the printer and I know this is yours. Here you go. And they didn't have to get up and they're like, all right. I know that we've all experienced this. And that's one of the reasons why I say thank you so often, is I want the others around me to be aware of what they've done for me. I want them to be aware of it, and I want to show them that I'm aware. I think one of the greatest gifts that we can have in life is our perspective, and to be aware of what is going on around us and what is going on in our life. Saying thank you helps others around you recognize that you know that they did something. So when you're thankful for the things that someone's done for you, it allows you to show, hey, I noticed that. I was alert to that. I was cognizant of the fact that you did something for me. So that's one of the reasons why I always like to say thank you off the top to a lot of people for a lot of things. So if you're ever, in a situation where someone brings you something, say thank you. If you're ever in a situation where something really good happens or you're lucky, say thank you in your head. Just practice saying thank you. Practice those words coming out of your mouth and making eye contact with the person. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate you grabbing that for me. Hey, thank you so much. This coffee is really good. And, along with saying thank you, I think one of the greatest things that you can do, I always say greatest, but one of the things that I think that you can do as a suggestion along with it, a thing that really will allow you to connect with the person that you're saying thank you to, other than just being like, thank you, because I'm pretty sure on the other hand of just, someone saying nothing, the really flat thank you is like the most worthless thing. Thanks, yay. That's so, get out of here with that. I'm going to be honest with you, get out of here with that. If you say thank you to somebody, make it worth it. So if someone brings you a coffee, you go, thank you. I noticed this has a very berry-like tone. Is this an African coffee? Or, hey, thank you. I really like this coffee. What type of coffee is it? I don't think I've ever tasted one that tastes like this. Or, thank you, you brought my favorite type of coffee. I really appreciate that. I think all of these are different methods of showing recognition and allowing people to see your alertness and perspective, that you're cognizant. This is one of the, I think, most important parts of saying thank you is the cognizance of what's going on in the moment, to be able to show someone, hey, I'm aware of what's going on here. Awareness is such a big thing. As a musician, you guys know, being aware of like a sound or being aware of like a certain drum beat and being like, oh, can I accent that? Or being aware of, hey, there's these details that this part repeats 3 times and then this part repeats 4 times the second time. That awareness is what makes us special as musicians. And I think that being thankful for the moment and being aware of what people are doing around you to the point that you're paying attention and allowing yourself to be in that moment with the person and allowing yourself to comment on it, that brings a greater sense of awareness in ourselves, and it's something to always practice. So this is one of the reasons why I believe that saying thank you is healthy for you. Not only is it great for the mindset of the other person and wills them to actually want to do more for you. When you say thank you to someone, they want to do more for you. But also within yourself, it's allowing you to feel a sense of connectedness to the moment. It's allowing you to feel connected to the activity that brought you thankfulness. And think about what your life would be without someone maybe doing one of those favors for you or something. Imagine what it would be like in your life if the person who brought you coffee didn't. You'd be sitting at your desk tired. Or you'd be working on music and see that they brought coffee for everybody else. What if they brought it for everyone else other than you? Because you're never thankful. You'd feel that. You'd feel that distance between you and the other person. Thankfulness makes us closer. Gratefulness allows us to feel more in the moment. So when we're looking at why saying thank you is important, not only is it important for the person that you're thanking, because that's huge, it's important, and not the thanks, thank you, I'll put it on my desk, thanks, but the real thanks. Oh, whoa, you got me this food here. Let me try it real quick. I want, try it. Oh, I really appreciate you getting this for me. This is awesome. Thank you so much. You know what? This is really spicy and I love spicy food. Or, whoa, this is really spicy. You know what? Normally I don't eat food this spicy, but I'm thankful for the opportunity to try this so I have something to balance it against maybe the food that I'm trying that's not spicy. That is so integral. That is so important to be involved in that. If someone gives me something, and I've had gifts given to me that, honestly, do I deserve them? Maybe or maybe not. But what I can say about the gift that I got is, I put my effort into it and I put my energy into enjoying that gift and saying thank you to the person. And this made a huge difference. This made such an integral difference that I could enjoy the gift that they got me, that I could enjoy what they brought for me in a way that, you know what, particularly I've never enjoyed that, maybe that particular thing before. I've had the gift of an amp given to me before. And it's an amp that I use, and every time I turn on that amp, I'm so grateful. I've had the gifts of guitars given to me before in my life, and every time I play one of those guitars, they're a gift. I've even had the opportunity, say thank you for opportunities. Have you ever been in a situation where someone can only do something for one person and they choose you? Maybe you have to pay for it, like my Mobius guitars, there was a point where Chris, the builder of Mobius guitars, couldn't build a ton of guitars at the same time. And he had to work on a few guitars at a time. And I was opportunistic enough to talk to him. And I was very grateful that he chose, hey, I'm going to build Chris's guitar. I would love to see one of these guitars in Chris's hands. Me and Chris have been close friends for a long time. Chris and Chris, funny enough. We've been friends for a long time. And I want him to have one of my guitars in his hand. Do you know how lucky I felt? That there's maybe 15 of these guitars in the world and that I have one of them. There's one that's built for me and I have it. Being grateful is a very, 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 very special thing in life. Being thankful is a very special thing in life. Because I think a lot of people walk around in this world, and it's the opposite version of what we talked about in last week's episode about if you have reasons to be happy, why are you choosing to be sad? I think a lot of people walk around and they're ungrateful for the things that are currently going on in their life. I know a lot of married guys who complain about their wives. And you're talking to a guy who's single who would love to have a wife. And I go, you're complaining about your wife who put down her last name, took your last name, is in a commitment with you, wants to have children with you, wants to be in your life and give you the gift of legacy, spends time with you. When you're not home, she misses you. And you're going to tell me that you're not thankful because she's annoying? I have an idea. Maybe you're annoying. Maybe you're the type of person who complains about everything. If you're the type of person who's walking around and going, well, I don't have anything in my life. I don't have the stuff that I want. I don't have the things that I need. But you have a cell phone. If you have an iPhone, you have $1,000 item on you. You have something to be thankful for. You can look up all the information in the world. You can make a video like I am right now and send it around the world. You can communicate with anyone that you want, that you have the phone number in that phone. You have the ability to contact people. How are you not grateful for that? You know what I'm saying? There are people who walk around and go, well, my guitars aren't that good. I don't have I've had people tell me, oh, like, Chris, you're so lucky you have all these guitars, and I have 4, but you have all these guitars and you're lucky because they're all really nice guitars. I am very fortunate that I have nice guitars. But you know what? There was a period for 3 years that I had one Tom Anderson. And that Tom Anderson will always be my number one guitar because that guitar has carried me through everything. Its nickname is Pegasus. It's my white guardian angel. I'll put a picture of me with it right here so you can kind of see that guitar. And that guitar, while it is very versatile, I had one guitar. I made that guitar count for everything. If I needed a jazz sound, I rolled the tone knob off and used the neck humbucker. If I had to get a rock sound, I would set the amp up right and I would bridge humbucker all the way full throttle, man. But the biggest thing that I learned about it was that I was incredibly grateful to have one good guitar. If you have one good guitar that stays in tune, that means you can develop your skills. That means you can develop who you want to be on the instrument. Then you're already lucky. You've already got it going on. There's nothing you can complain about because you've already got everything you need to become the best musician that you can be. Your ears and an instrument in your hands that works. So if you have that, why are you being ungrateful? You got to be grateful for these things. And as you hear me talking about this, each step of the way, you'll realize that I'm so grateful for all the things I have going on. I ride a bike every day for commute. And a lot of people will kind of almost shun me, or they'll kind of, not shun me, but they'll almost kind of make a side comment at me, like a side remark, like, oh, wow, it's really rainy today. I wonder, you're soaking wet. Yeah, I am soaking wet. It was a rainy day and I was on my bike. And you know what? I'm so grateful I didn't fall down. I didn't get hurt today. And you know what I love most of all on top of that with riding my bike? I got exercise. I stay fit. People ask me every day, how do you stay so ripped, Chris? How do you stay so in shape? Because I'm riding a bike every day and I'm working out consistently and I eat healthy. And I'm grateful for every one of those things. I don't even think of my bike as a burden. I don't think about how it's cold outside because I see people walking when I'm riding my bike. I see people overweight sitting in chairs complaining about their weight rather than finding a way to do something. So when I see that, I become very grateful. Internally within myself, I become one of the happiest people I know. Wow, I have a nice bike. I have nice guitars. I have a place to live. There's not rain on me. I'm able to be inside of a place. This all reminds me of why it is so healthy to be, grateful. My health, the things that I have going on in my life, and the perspective that I have from being able to be thankful, grateful, joyful, they all interconnect. If you say thank you to people, first step, you say thank you to people. Thank you. I really appreciate you bringing me this food. Thank you. I really appreciate you giving me that phone call and reminding me not to forget something. Thank you. I really appreciate you being the kind of grocery store employee who actually will bag something up for me and talk to me while we're going on. Hey, it was really nice talking to you. Thanks for your moment. Hey, you know what? I wanted to really say that I appreciate you taking the extra moment to tell me what you thought about this guitar before I bought it. Hey, I really appreciate the extra thought process that we went through to make this song great. Hey, Ben, I really appreciate you mixing my song and taking the time to be really good with, I can go on for hours. Say thank you and put a comment with it. Say thank you and put a specific something that just happened in that moment so you can correlate them so that person knows. They'll remember you. They'll remember your thankfulness. They'll remember the energy that you put out towards them. The second thing, being grateful. If you're actually grateful for what you have and you say thank you, it reminds you of why you're grateful. It reminds you of what is going so well in your life. I'm so thankful for my home, man. I really love my house. Wow, I'm grateful. I have a home. And you know what that makes you do? That makes you take care of your home even better. That makes you look at your home with a whole new perspective of how can I make this something that will work for me? And as you keep working on that, you become joyful. Because joy in life comes from your thankfulness and from your gratitude. Otherwise, you can't be joyful. My disposition of being happy and my disposition of being someone who's very positive, when you watch these Tone and Tonefuls day after day, I will always say, I'm so grateful for the community we're building. I'm so thankful for what we have here as a group. That when I get DMs, you guys are honest with me. You guys don't lie to me. You guys tell me personal things that I don't think that you even tell certain people in your life. And I'm grateful with that information, and I will never abuse it. I will never hurt the information that I get from the people I get in our community, because our community that we build here for Toned and Toneful, it's not mine. This is a space that I host. This is a space that I want to help guide, but this is for all of us. Toned and Toneful was created so that we could develop more toneful ears, which I need to do more lessons on, and a more toneful heart in tone, in the tone of the moment, in the tone of being great. In every single moment is music. That's what Toned and Toneful is about. It's about us being, physically fit, mentally fit with our musical skills, and then going into life and tonefully putting that out. The most toneful guitar player isn't the guitar player or the musician who's playing the most notes. The most toneful musician understands the texture of the moment. The most toneful musician understands the notes that will work for the moment. And the most toneful musician will put everything into context and put that out there in their performance. And I think every one of us can do that. I think every one of us can be the most toneful version of ourselves. And that's why I'm incredibly, incredibly sensitive about what I put out on this page. And I'm very sensitive about how it all works together. But the thing that I am above all things is thankful for you guys. I thank you for your DMs. I thank you for our very, very personal and special connection. And that is not something that could ever be replaced. The level of gratitude I feel and the level of mental openness and the level of camaraderie and growth that I've had is because of you guys. Because of the connection that we're making and my ability to communicate with you guys. I'm grateful for my ability to connect with certain people and see that certain people need to hear some of the things that I say. I'm incredibly grateful that I could just be a channel for that, because I do not believe I'm some great skilled person like in any facet of my life. I believe that I work towards every little thing that I do to be more toneful. My guitar playing, I can play a lot of hard guitar parts, but playing a hard guitar part is different than making toneful music. Playing a hard guitar part that you can put in the context of a song, now we're talking. Being able to channel what you have in your head because you're so grateful. You're willing to sit there and go, you know what? I'm so thankful to play this instrument. I know this part is hard for me, but I can be consistent. I can commit to the moment because I know that deep down inside, there are a lot of people who don't have hands who would love to play guitar and work this part out. That they will put the effort in whatever it is that they can do more than I am. I always kind of judge who's a really good person and who's a person who has, you know what? I don't judge. I always notice who is a very good person and who is a very strong person through the characteristic of how much they are willing to put effort into something. I've seen a lot of people who are really good at guitar blow up for a little bit, and because they're lazy, they stop because they're not thankful. They're not aware of what they're given in life. I've seen a lot of people who are, they've built their page up to a certain thing on Instagram and they do a certain amount of music and they just stop. They just quit because they've done enough. That absolutely boggles me. We are lucky to continue our traditions every day, whether that's working out, whether that's our health, whether that's our mindset, whether that's spending time with our family. If you have children, teaching them to be thankful, grateful that we're lucky to be alive in this world where finances are harder than ever, that people are meaner than ever. Don't you want the people that come from you to be the best people possible? Don't you want the ideas that come from you to influence people to be the best possible? Why will we choose to be a lower self? Why will we choose to be that angry person? And I know you guys know the answer. I know what your guys' answer is because I spend time with you guys. I talk with you guys. And I know all of you are the type of people who look to be the best people they can be. And I'm very fortunate with that. I'm beyond thankful that the people I spend time around, I almost don't spend time around any negative people. And the few negative people that I do spend time around, it might be through my work. It might be through observation of, I'm at the grocery store and I see these two people interacting and I'm thinking to myself like, wow, that's not an interaction I personally would want to have. But at the same time, I can always learn from that situation because every moment is a teacher. And you take that moment to go, thank you that my life is not like that. And thank you that I put the effort into being grateful. And I will choose to show people gratefulness. And those who can show me that around me, I will spend time with them. You can ask Ben. You can ask, Sean. You can ask the people who are close to me, Chris Yates from Mobius Guitars. You can ask Alec Newman, we call him Crisp. You can talk to any one of those people. And they're my close friends. Those are my tribe. Those are the people who look out for me. Those are the people who I will fight for. And if you talk to any one of them, if you talk to them, there's one thing you'll notice. You could ask them, how does Chris act when no one's around? I'm gushing constantly. I'm telling Ben how awesome he is. I'm telling Ben how thankful I am that he's working on my song with me, or that he's this, or that he picked me up this day, or that we spent time together. I'm the first one to offer up to buy lunch, or I'm the first one to offer up to do something nice because I am so thankful. So think about what that is in life, to be thankful and allow that to heal you, to allow that to make you grateful for what you have going on in your life and make you recognize and have the perspective that I am so fortunate that I get to walk around and experience all these things. This computer back here, all my living plants that I have, all the things that are in my life, I'm so lucky to experience. That I've got 15 or 20 different types of guitar picks sitting on my shelf behind me that I can try out different picks and get different guitar sounds. That I have 4 different guitars that I can make up music with and they all sound different. And you're talking to a person who loves consistency, so when I have one guitar I like, I want to own doubles of all of them. I have this weird thing with that. But every time I really think about it, about buying another guitar of the same type again, I always go, I'm lucky to have variety in life. Even though I love consistency on such a high level, I'm lucky to have all these differences. I'm lucky to have a different day every day. I'm lucky to wake up one day with a stomachache to realize that the 300 days I woke up without a stomachache, what that is. Maybe it's teaching me what I ate last night wasn't good. Maybe it's teaching me that I need to work on certain things to make my life better. But either way, I am so incredibly happy to be alive every day, to experience every day, and to let every day be my teacher, and to let every moment be something that I'm thankful for, and to find things to say thank you about. I really hope that you guys take this in mind this week as you go through the week. Take in mind where you can say thank you. When your wife cooks something for you that's this way, or your husband does something for you, or your significant other, boyfriend or girlfriend, does something for you that no one else would do for you, or that your mom and your dad let you still live in their home. Maybe right now you're still living with your parents. Thank your parents that they don't want to charge you rent and burn you out like the rest of the world does, and that you can put your money towards something that might be different. Thank your family for the opportunities that they're giving you or what they taught you. Thank yourself for working hard and going, I'm so glad that I saved up the money that it took to buy the guitar that I have. Or I'm so thankful that I did this or that. Be thankful. because that's what we have in life, is our thankfulness and our perspective and awareness in the everyday, to use that to let others recognize that they're someone who should be celebrated, and that moment is something that needs to be brought up. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's Toned and Toneful on why I love to say thank you and being grateful in my life, because that is one of my most favorite things, actually. This is one of my favorite episodes because this is actually something that I have taken a lot of my life to build up, to love to say thank you. Be one of those people who says thank you and who means it. Be one of those people who's actually grateful for what's going on in your life, and watch what happens. Watch how much more good things happen. And you're not doing this to make more good things happen for you. It's because the energy around you is so good, it'll just naturally come. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. As always, I hope that your week goes great. I hope that you're having a wonderful Tuesday today, and that you continue through the rest of this week till the next episode next Tuesday, and that you guys enjoy yourself. And above all else, stay toned and toneful.